welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So for this video, it is going to be my 5-week pregnancy update with baby number 2. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the symptoms for this week because there have been some new developments. So the first symptom that I noticed this week that I did not have last week was that I have been having really vivid dreams and my sleep has been horrible. Like I just feel like I'm waking up every single hour. I feel like I'm not getting like restful sleep. And so that's just been really frustrating because I mean, Iris does sleep through the night. So if I could just get a restful night's sleep, then I would wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. But lately I haven't because for some reason I'm just not sleeping well. I don't know if it's the dreams or what, but yeah. I've also noticed slower bowels. So last week I talked about how I was going to the bathroom a lot more frequency and how my stools were more loose. Now it's the opposite. I mean, I'm still going every single day, but it's definitely just a little bit more strenuous. I don't want to say like full-blown constipated, but I have noticed, you know, my bowels have just been slower. I have been very irritable, which I feel so bad for my boyfriend because I definitely tend to take out most of my irritability on him. But there have been some instances where, you know, with Iris, I just get a little frustrated and that's been really upsetting to me because it's like, I don't mean to snap at her, but I know that that's something that I'm gonna have to work on a lot with this pregnancy and just, you know, I don't want to use my hormones as an excuse, but kind of just use them as a chance to recognize what my triggers are and go from there. So yeah, irritability. I've also noticed that I've had a super heightened sense of smell. Luckily, I'm not feeling nauseous yet. I'm not feeling sick or anything like that. But I do notice that my sense of smell has gone up 100% and I feel like I can smell everything from a mile away. The good, the bad, just everything. But like I said, luckily it's not making me sick. So that's at least a good sign so far. And the last thing that I've noticed is that I have had instances, it's not a constant thing, but definitely instances of just a tingling sensation in my nipples. I don't want to say that it's like painful or that they're sensitive. It's literally just a little tingling feeling that I'll get. It'll last a few seconds and then it'll go away. Yeah, so far those are the new symptoms that I have developed this week. Again, I'm not sick yet. I have been rewatching all of my old pregnancy updates that I did with Iris. And I believe that with Iris, I developed my morning sickness around 6.5 weeks. So yeah, that was not exciting at all. And I'm not looking forward to that because again, like, you know, I know that it can come anytime soon, but I'm just gonna take advantage of not being sick right now, eating as much as I can because I know that once the sickness hits, I'm not gonna be able to eat much at all. So yeah, that's that. I have also been using progesterone cream. So before I fell pregnant with this baby, when I did get my period back with Iris, I got it back at around 9-10 months. And after my first period was when I decided to get my IUD removed. And when I got my IUD removed, I noticed that my periods were kind of becoming irregular again. And so I started trying to track my cycle. And for 4 months in a row, I noticed that I was having a very short luteal phase. Basically, I would ovulate and I knew that I would ovulate because I was taking ovulation strips. I could feel my body ovulating. I felt like the ovulation cramps and that. So I felt, you know, I knew that I was ovulating, but instead of my body having a 2-week break before my period was due, I was getting my period anywhere between 5 to 8 days after I ovulated, which obviously is not normal because even if I did fall pregnant, basically my body was just getting rid of the baby before it could even implant itself. So I decided to do some research and I read that sometimes using an over-the-counter progesterone cream can help because basically when, you know, you do have a short luteal phase, it could be because of low progesterone. Your body's not producing enough in order to be able to, you know, maintain that 2-week wait before your period comes if no baby has implanted. So that's what I've been using. Let me go ahead and show you guys which one. So this is a progesterone cream that I've been using. It's just from Now Solutions, Natural Progesterone Balancing Skin Cream, unscented, 20 milligrams of natural progesterone per pump. I use it once a day, and I have been doing this for the past 2 months. So I do think that this genuinely helped me, I guess you could say, conceive this baby. Basically, for the last 2 months, right when I felt ovulation happening, what I would do is I would start applying this once a day, every single day, just a pump of it on my belly, rub it all in, and I was getting, at least up until the 2 weeks. So the first month I ended up getting my period because I didn't fall pregnant, obviously. And then this month I never got my period. So I am still currently using this. I still use it once a day just because I feel better that way. It makes me feel better about myself. It makes me feel like, it just makes me feel better. So once I do see my doctor, I am gonna go ahead and ask her what she thinks, if she thinks I can stop using it, if my levels are good, if the heartbeat looks good, like if everything looks good at my 7.5 week scan, which is when I get to see the baby in about 2.5 weeks, then I will go ahead and stop using it. But as of yet, I am still using it once a day after I take a shower, just rubbing one pump on my belly. So I also have been testing every single day just to make sure that the line is getting darker, because, well, with Iris's pregnancy, I did get to see a doctor way before I am getting to see one now. I got to see a doctor at like 6 weeks with Iris, and so I got to have my HCG levels tested. And after that, I got a scan at like 7 weeks, and then I got another scan at I had my first appointment, I want to say at about, 6.5 weeks. And then I had my first scan at almost 8 weeks. So I got to see the doctor at least 2 weeks earlier, and I got to have my HCG levels tested. I think around that time I was at like 22,000. So my levels were really, really good, but I was still testing every single day until I, had that appointment. So I want to do the same thing with this one just to give me some peace of mind. I have been doing the first response and some Dollar Tree tests, but I already invested in a pack of like the cheapies from Amazon. So I'm just waiting for those to come in, and then I will continue to use those on a daily basis. But yesterday I finally got a test where the test line is darker than the control line, which is really exciting. So as you can see, that's the test line, that's the control line. Usually when you find out you're pregnant, this is the first line, like this is the line that you're looking for. And just the fact to know that this line is darker than this one, because this one is always going to be there, is really exciting. It just lets me know that, my levels are rising and that baby is growing, even though I have very, very minimal symptoms right now. I think that is it for this update. I'm gonna go ahead and do my belly shot. Oh, and I also want to mention that I feel like I haven't been as bloated this week. So last week I was having like a lot of bloating. This week I definitely don't feel as bloated. I've still been drinking, like a lot of water. I still have noticed like my dry lips. I'm still really thirsty all the time, but I'm not feeling as bloated. I only feel really bloated, obviously, when I eat like a super heavy meal. And that's usually like not till the end of the day that I'll really feel it all. But other than that, I've been feeling really good. So I do think that my belly right now looks kind of normal. It's not like excess bloat or anything like that. We'll like kind of just suck it in so that you guys can see like the real baby bump compared to mommy bloat. Okay, so this is my 5-week bump from the front. From the side, so even if I suck it in, like you see, I'm really not bloated. So this is just normal. This is me like sucking it in. From the front, from the side. So yeah, that is my 5-week bump. I don't think that there's anything there really. Maybe it's growing a little bit. Like I want to know that there's something there, and there is something there, but I know that the reality is that it's not really baby. It's probably just a little bit of fat and baby bloat that we see. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this 5-week update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to watch the rest of my pregnancy journey with baby number 2. And I will see you guys in my next video.